agree. Are you okay with me recording this session today?
I am.
Okay. Um, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So tell me a little bit about you today and how are your like relationships going with your friends and your boyfriend, and how are things with your job search and things going?
Job search went well. I ended up getting a job. And I'm enjoying it. But as far as like relationships, kind of still struggling. Not sure how to kind of go through that, I guess. I'm kind of needing some kind of advice in a way.
Okay. Is it with like your boyfriend or is it with friends?
I think it's both, but more so like friends. I feel like it's really hard to communicate and talk to them about things that I'm going through, and they just like they understand, but they don't understand on my level, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. What friend is it that you're having issues with?
My friend Emma, she's very kind of like in her own little world, which is completely okay. I know that, but we struggle to see eye to eye on a lot of things, and when we do talk about things, it's very iffy. Like she gives me advice and then I give her advice, and it's a complete circle. It's a
Mm-hmm.
constant circle.
Do you feel like when you give each other advice it helps, or is it just sort of like, I heard your problem, here's what I would do, and you move on?
I think it does help to an extent, but like I said, I think it does go in a cycle. So like certain things she will say can give me like that extra, what I need.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I feel like we're just kind of going in that cycle and not doing any better.
Yeah. How long have you been friends with Emma?
I've been friends with Emma for about 8 years.
Mm. So you sort of grew up with her as somebody you can rely on and talk to?
Yeah.
Do you feel like she is somebody that you can rely on?
I think when it comes to certain things.
Okay.
So, as far as like certain things that I know that she'll relate to, I will go to her for.
Mm, okay.
But we don't.
Okay, so if you feel like if you can't relate, then she does she just not want to hear your issue, or do you just think that she can't like help you with it?
I think that she can't understand me, and I feel like where our friendship is, I think it's more based on just that understanding. Like we get each other 99% of the
Mm-hmm.
time. So when it is something that she doesn't understand, I don't bring it up to her because I just know that she's not able to give me that kind of advice and the friendship and the kind of support I need. You know?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It might be worth talking to her about though, and seeing if like if it is an issue and you don't think she'd understand, if maybe if you do talk to her she does understand, or like if she's able to get an understanding of it and she might be able to help you.
Yeah. You never try. I feel like with her though, it is a little difficult just because she's got so much going on in her life. Like
Okay.
I don't want to be the reason that she's like more stressed out. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Yeah, nobody wants to feel like they're stressing their friends out anymore, but you're not like a burden to her in your friendship. If she's choosing to be your friend, then you guys are mutually choosing to be each other's friends. You don't need to feel like a burden to her.
Yeah. That makes sense. I think there's a time and place for everything, especially for our friendship, but I feel like I definitely am more of the friend that takes on more of the bad news, if that makes sense.
Mm, Mm-hmm.
Like when she needs me, she doesn't hesitate to call me or text me or anything, regardless of what's going on. She'll call me, whatever. I'm
Okay.
so I feel like maybe I'm just too welcoming.
So you don't see it as going the other way, where if you're having an issue, you can just pick up the phone and call her if it's something that
Right.
she might not understand.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what do you do when it's something that is out of your depth, like something that you're not used to talking about or hearing about when you talk to her?
Um, I think I just tell her that like I'm here for you. Like I'm very open to listening. I feel like a lot of the time she's not looking for an answer
Mm-hmm.
clearly because even if I do give it to her, she doesn't do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Doesn't take my advice or my opinions into consideration. So I feel like when it's something I don't know what to do about, I just kind of remind her like I'm here for you. I'll always listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I don't have that with her.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're sort of an active listener, and when she comes to you with a problem, even if you can't solve it, you're still able to like hear her out and tell her you're there for her. You don't think that she would do the same thing if you were to tell her your problems?
Um, I think in a way, but I think she gets more upset because she doesn't know how to handle it.
Okay.
So I think that it's more of like a this is what I'm going through and she doesn't relate to it, so she has nothing to tell me, so she gets irritated with me.
Mm.
Because it's not something she relates to.
Do you think you'd be able to tell her that, like, you don't need an answer necessarily to your problem right now, but that you're just coming to her as a friend and you're trying to just have somebody listen to you? You just need heard?
Probably. I could probably do that. I don't think I really ever have, just because she is a friend that's, like I said, like I've been friends with her for 8
Mm-hmm.
years. I don't know. I've never tried to because we've just always understood each other. But I think I could probably try to do that.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you've been friends for that's like nearly half of your life. Your half of your like sentient life, anyway.
Yeah.
Do you see her a lot in person?
Um, Recently, no, but I used to see her like every day. So now that I will say, now that we've become like, because I am younger, so now that I am getting older, like things have definitely changed. Family things and life things have changed. So we don't really have a lot of time. But when we do, like I said, it's that cycle.
Okay, what changed that you used to see her all the time and now you just see her some of the time?
Um, I think it has more to do, like I said, like family things. She's got a whole lot going on with her. I mean, she's taking care of a baby and
Mm.
she's trying to handle her family life and just kind of, you know, put in
Mm-hmm.
with her. Like she wants to like give her family her full attention and be there, which I totally get. Um, but I think it was just more of like, in a way, a misunderstanding. Like I don't know, it's weird. I think we I think we can talk about things and we can do whatever, but when things start to happen, we can't necessarily be
Mm-hmm.
like very attached to each other, I guess.
And I mean, I think that makes sense. As people get older, I don't feel like even with the people who used to be their best friends or like still are, they're as close with necessarily just because life happens and people have their own issues. They have kids and they kind of move on. So I think it makes sense that you're a little more distant. Um, but it's good that you're still talking to each other and you can still kind of hear each other out. I know a lot of people, as they get older and into their 20s, start to drift apart and won't talk to their friends hardly at all anymore.
Yeah. I mean, And I think I know that that's normal, but I think when it comes to me and her friendship, it's just like, I think when it comes to me and her, I feel like it's very, like, we get it. I know, like, most friends, like, understand each other from a certain level, but I think we get each other. And I think that's also why we don't make good friends, is because we're very alike.
Well, being able to understand each other, I think, is really important. Not a lot of people can say that about everybody. So I think it's cool that you have somebody that you feel like can understand you. Um, and on that note, how are you feeling about your boyfriend? I know we've talked a little bit before about some of the issues you were having. Do you feel like anything has gotten better? Do you feel like it's kind of just staying the same? Or what's really happening right now with him?
Um, I do want to say things have gotten better. Based off of like what you told me beforehand, I feel like we definitely took things into consideration and I did bring them up and I did talk about it. I do think things are going better, but I don't know. I think everybody's relationships are different, so things are up and down at all points.
Okay. Okay. So with him, is there anything you feel like you want to talk about right now?
I think, okay, I think communication is a big thing for me. I would love to communicate better, but I don't know how to. I've never been good at communicating.
Okay.
So as far as like I'm explaining how I feel like we just don't see eye to eye, which is okay, but I would love to communicate it in a way that makes sense. If you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've never been good at that. So what would you suggest? Like what should I do communication wise?
Just like everyday communication, or just trying to tell him like how you feel, type of thing.
I think it's more about how I feel. Say I'm feeling a certain way one day. How do I communicate that in the proper way rather than upsetting him?
Okay.
Because I know that the last time we talked, I had mentioned when I communicate, he kind of stands off. He thinks
Mm-hmm.
I'm arguing. I want to communicate better. I want to do better. So, what are like the right steps to take towards that?
Okay. I think that talking to him beforehand about how you feel about communicating would be important. So instead of just being like, here's how I feel, don't get mad, it might be important to start with, like, I want to talk to you about my feelings, but I don't want you to think I'm trying to attack you or trying to hurt your feelings. I just want us to be able to have an open conversation where we can both tell each other how we're feeling without getting upset and without having any judgment, and just having times where you can sit down and do that. You could even like schedule it if you thought that would be better. You could have like weekly or even like monthly, like you could do like relationship meetings where you sit down and you just say what's on your mind without being upset after, and it can just be like open forum, but you have to both be on board with that.
So, what would you say if the other person wouldn't be on board about that?
I would ask him why, probably. um, he doesn't feel like he can have like sort of an open conversation with you. Communication is really important in a relationship, and if you don't have it, it's hard to have much of anything else. And so it's good that you're communicating at all. I mean, it sounds like he is hearing you some of the time. You just have to get through that so he can hear you all of the time. I think phones can be kind of hard too. So like communicating only through like texting or like phone calls can be harder because you can't hear context and you can't hear like their tone of voice and reading "Don't get mad, I want to tell you this" is a lot worse than like sitting down and explaining it and being
Yeah.
there.
Um, yeah, no, I get that. Makes sense. Do you think that when it comes to a relationship, as far as like the communication part, do you think that if the other person is shutting down the communication, doesn't, even though you're doing your best to explain things, do you think if they're shutting it down, at what point do you say, I'm done? Like, I'm done communicating?
Okay, I think if things start to escalate to where you're like yelling or you don't feel safe or you just feel like you're not getting anywhere with the conversation, it's a good idea to like step back and reassess and just say like you guys need to take a breather, take a break, and then come back to it.
Yeah, I think that from the last time that we talked about couples therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'd mentioned it, wasn't into it.
Okay.
He wasn't into it. Tried to, but I think from this point on, I will definitely take what you have said into consideration and mention those kind of things, and communicate a better way. But fully,
Okay. I think it might be important for you to try and sit down and see if you can have a conversation where it's just open and he can tell you some of the things that's been on his mind and you could say some of the things that have been on yours and we could come back and see how that goes. And
yeah, I can
hopefully,
work with.
okay. And then hopefully with your friend Emma, you can also maybe sit down and just tell her that sometimes you just need to vent and you don't necessarily always need like an outcome from it. You don't always need um, a solution to your issue.
Yeah,
So,
no, I agree. I think that's, you give me great advice.
okay. Well, thank you for meeting with me today.
Yeah, thank you.